Yeah, me too. I'm grateful that my children are alive and healthy and happy. They're a pain in my butt, and that's exactly how they should be.
It will never go away, just FYI. Doesn't matter about the age. Oh, a lot of things. I had misconceptions about what hospice was,
Yeah.
because we actually had, or I experienced it, where people would come in and take advantage of homeless people, even when they were sick. And so I had a negative connotation of what hospice did.
And I realize like I may be the only person giving them some sunshine today.
But my lifelong dream is to own a big ranch and set up little casitas and dorm-like style. And it's even expanded now to having some type of assisted living or nursing home facility in there as well.
Just throw out all the expectations and meet the human. Hi, Shawna.
Hello, Rachel. How are you today?
I'm doing amazing.
Good.
It's our day to record episode 2. Woo! So, Shawna, we're going to start with grounding. As we all know, we move quickly through our day. We have a lot of things to do. And this is an awesome opportunity for us to anchor in and get grounded in why we are doing these things, and why all of these activities and meetings throughout the day, why they matter. So let's start by sitting up tall.
And not just for us too, right? Like this could be for anybody.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
anybody who's watching can join, right?
Right.
Okay.
Our podcast is all about taking care of the whole person, mind, body, spirit. And so let's sit up, put your feet flat on the floor, get grounded into the earth through your shoes is totally fine. And take a deep breath in and let it go. You can close your eyes or leave them open. Take a deep breath in and lift your shoulders up to your ears. And drop your shoulders down and into your back pockets. Breathe out. And another deep breath in. One more sip at the top. And as you exhale, push your feet into the earth. Push all your energy out through the bottom of your feet. And come back to this present moment. And let's share what we're grateful for. You first.
What am I grateful for? I am grateful for so many things. Today I woke up and I am just grateful to be a grandma and be a mom.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for the life that God's blessed me with. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for the team that we have. I'm everything. I'm grateful to be here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. I'm grateful that my children are alive and healthy and happy. They're a pain in my butt, and that's exactly how they should be.
It will never go away, just FYI. Doesn't matter about the age.
Thank you for that encouragement. So I'm right where I should be. And I'm grateful that my parents are healthy and happy in their 70s and 80s. And I'm grateful for my husband and how far we've come and what he teaches me about sacrificial love and servant leadership. Yeah.
Love it.
My husband is a trailblazer and an amazing man, and I'm just growing to appreciate him so much.
I received one of the coolest gifts I've ever received in my life, and it was from my best friend. And it's a jar, and it's a penny jar, and you drop a penny in it every day, and it's a reminder of what you're grateful for.
Yeah.
And so it's just a jar of gratitude.
Mm-hmm. Penny for your thoughts.
That's exactly what it is. But yeah, it's just a great way to remember.
Life is so precious, and every moment is so precious. And the more connected we get to that, just the more peaceful and happy that we are.
Right.
And that's why you and I are here, is to talk about life.
Yep.
And all the things that go into life and what makes us healthy and whole human beings, and what gives our life that richness.
Yeah, and how we can bring that richness to other people. So,
Yeah. Let it overflow into others.
yeah. So today we're gonna talk about the word hospice
Ooh.
and how scary that word is to people.
Okay.
And why is it scary and why it really shouldn't be scary.
When's the first time you heard the word hospice?
Hmm. When I was working at the homeless shelter,
Mm.
transformational center.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a transformational center, by the way?
Well, it's interchangeable. It's transforming the lives of people that are experiencing homelessness.
Mm.
So whether that's through medical and dental, job training, counseling, you name it, all of those resources are available. Housing, anything that helps them transform their life, um, create a different trajectory from their current position. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And what did you learn about hospice in that moment?
Oh, a lot of things. I had misconceptions about what hospice was,
Yeah.
because we actually had, or I experienced it, where people would come in and take advantage of homeless people,
Mm.
even when they were sick. And so I had a negative connotation of what hospice did,
Got it.
um, because they were perhaps, you know, um, taking advantage of the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
Um, and not just hospice, but caregivers and people claiming to be part of that kind of
So
care.
you're talking about the people who were giving the hospice care. They were
Mhm.
they were taking
Yeah,
advantage
or
of
provider
patients?
services. They were taking advantage of patients. Maybe not
Gotcha.
necessarily the company itself,
Yeah.
but the people that were employed.
That they employed.
Yeah.
I see.
Um, so I didn't have the best connotation what hospice was.
Yikes.
Um, yeah. Um, I think after, so there particularly, we did not allow hospice companies or home health care companies to come on property anymore
Okay.
because of the targeting that was transpiring.
Got it.
Um,
So sad.
so the next experience that I had with hospice was in placing folks into that were either terminally ill or aging, placing them into nursing home care. And so then that's when I was able to experience what hospice was, like truly experience what hospice was and a higher level of care.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And what was that you saw hospice to be in the nursing home?
Um, what did I experience hospice to be? Um, well, I saw CNAs, certified nursing assistants,
Mhm.
um, that were loving. Of course, they have their own homemakers and health aides and whatever they're called in a nursing home environment, an assisted living environment. But saw them care for the folks that were terminally ill.
Mhm.
Um, Experienced nurses that were actually coming in
Yeah.
to do medical care and take care of them, and making sure that medication management was communicated effectively with the nursing home staff.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I I did though. I feel like there was some opportunity, better opportunities for hospice. Um, Maybe networking, partnering with other companies, thinking outside the box regarding care.
Okay. So hospice companies would come into the nursing home setting, and
Yes.
so the patient would essentially be in that room in the nursing home, but it would be a different
Company that would come
company
in
of
to take care of them.
caregivers.
Mhm.
Okay. Is that typically how it is?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's typically how it is.
So there must be a partnership. It sounds like a pretty tight partnership between the nursing home staff
Oh,
and the
absolutely. I mean,
agency
you have
coming
to
in.
communicate. You have to make sure that everybody's on the same page regarding plan of care.
Mm.
Yeah, communication is key when it comes to facility. Yeah,
Yeah.
and not just the facility, but also the family, if they do have family. And so, what I experienced with the homeless population is they didn't have family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lack of advocacy
Mhm.
to make sure that they were being treated
Yeah.
humanely.
So now doing hospice, we have the opportunity to do things a little bit differently. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
love
what's
your
exciting.
experience and that story of what you have seen and how you saw even your first like witnessing of hospice taking place and the CNAs taking good care of them, but you still saw an opportunity
Mhm.
to fill in the gaps
Yeah,
and to deliver something even more wonderful for a
yeah.
patient. I first heard about hospice. I think this is when I first heard about hospice because I was a respiratory therapist. So I was working in the hospital setting, and it's all on the job training in the hospital. I mean, I'm a licensed respiratory therapist, so I'm considered okay. Hey, you have a license, like you know what you're doing. I have a supervisor on every shift. I worked night shift for my first about 9 months as a respiratory therapist because I was in my 20s. Me and Craig were going to get married. We needed the money. So night shift was a few more bucks an hour. So I go and get my report and I'm like, oh, okay. So third floor, fifth floor. Okay, great. What is this 10th floor? This is the first time having patients on the 10th floor. And the respiratory therapist leaving the shift is like, okay, so this patient, this one needs breathing treatments. Here's their diagnosis, any like outstanding stuff. But other than that, I got my sheet, I got my room numbers, I got my patient names, and I go. So I
That's hard to
go,
do.
I get my
Mhm.
meds. I have my meds in my pocket, got my stethoscope on. So I go to the 10th floor and I notice pretty quickly, like all of these patients are like, they're
Oh,
zonked out.
no.
They're zonked out. And
Mhm.
I'm a kiddo pretty much. I just don't have that life experience. So I began to understand what hospice was at that time. And yeah, I just remember taking the opportunity to look deeply in their eyes and really connect with a human. That was probably the first time in my life that I understood that the way to connect with a human other than speaking was to look in their eyes. And I'm not sure if somebody gave me that wisdom or if I just kind of
Mm.
found my own way to
Inherently.
connect while
Mhm.
I'm putting this breathing mask on them in those, few minutes. And while I'm sort of like lifting their head up to put the strap around the back of their head. And I'm just realizing, okay, I need to move a little bit more delicately with this person.
Mhm.
And a lot of them didn't have family in there.
Mhm.
And I realized like I may be the only person giving them some sunshine today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it also made me keenly aware of my mortality because I was smoking and drinking at that phase of my life. Not I wasn't going to work. I wasn't like, doing that while I was working. I took my work very seriously, but it did make me start to make
I
connections,
think
which is how precious this life is.
there's a really good nonprofit, and they provide hospice care
Mhm.
for people that are not funded, but they have limited bed capacity,
Mhm.
and
So it's an
so
inpatient unit.
it's an inpatient unit.
Okay.
I think at the time, years back, maybe they had like six, no more than 10 beds.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to get, folks in there.
Right.
Um, but such a beautiful place too. Yeah,
Really? It looked
really.
pretty?
Pretty, not just pretty, but the level of care was phenomenal. They were compassionate. They truly loved people, and they saw them until the end of their journey.
Yeah.
So,
Is that something that we would do? I know we provide all of our patient care in their home or in a facility.
oh, absolutely. Like I would love to do something like that.
Yeah, I think that'd
Dream
be
big,
beautiful.
and um, yeah, there's people that are not homeless, that don't have family, and we've experienced that too. We've actually experienced both,
Mhm.
in our agency, and people that have been homeless, and then some that are not homeless but don't have anybody to take care of them. And yeah,
Yeah.
the sky's the limit. There's opportunity to dream, and there's tons of opportunities to be able to help people.
Yeah, I love
So.
that because some people will want to die peacefully in their home,
Mhm.
and some people may not want
Well,
to
the
be in their
majority
home.
of people want to pass away in their home. That was a
Mhm.
misconception that I had.
Yeah.
Was I always felt or thought that hospice was only inpatient. Like you went to a hospital and then they moved you to an inpatient unit.
Yeah, it was like
Um,
rows of beds
yeah.
of people laying there.
Yeah. I didn't know that
Mhm.
it was in home until getting into the industry,
Mhm.
and learning more about it.
Yeah.
So,
How did you get into the industry?
oh, that's a long story.
I like it. We got all day.
We have a few minutes. Um, so it's interesting that you bring up the idea of inpatient unit. Um,
Mhm.
I never really thought of it from the hospice end until maybe a couple months, 6 months ago, maybe.
Mhm.
But my lifelong dream is to own a big ranch and set up little casitas and dorm-like style. And it's even expanded now to having some type of assisted living or nursing home facility in there as well. But
Yeah.
kind of just a progression, kind of step system
Yeah.
regarding their journey of life.
Different options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But really, I've learned a lot from the previous model and at Haven and understanding partnerships and understanding people and the holistic and the well-being of human beings and their life and but setting up a common area, huge pavilion area with doctors and paraprofessionals and medical and dental, and all of their meals are all provided for, giving them an opportunity to learn how to live on the land,
Yeah.
um, but
Mm.
give back.
And
Yeah,
give them a
give them a
purpose.
purpose.
Yeah, if they can work the land
Yeah,
and create their
and create that therapy.
gardens. Mhm.
Yeah. So that's like that's my long-term goal.
So close to mine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And so got into hospice because I was in the process of opening up a facility out in Hondo, Texas. And you
Mm.
know what's crazy is that realtor actually called me yesterday.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Because you were just telling us that story last week.
Yes.
Okay, tell us the story.
Okay, so um put an offer on a assisted living facility, a old facility, and I wanted to turn it into
What kind of facility was it?
it was a old nursing home.
Okay. So, like, big built one big
Capacity of
building?
100 people, nice building. I
Okay.
think it either had 5 or 7 wings on it.
Wow,
But
okay.
it
In
needed
Hondo,
some work
Texas?
in Hondo.
Okay.
Needed some work, but I completely envisioned that, people that had intellectual disabilities, we could house them, we could do all of those, but it'd be a stepping stone to the ranch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And, anyway, that deal fell through. And the same day that the deal fell through, I was at lunch with a girlfriend and coming up with some ideas for marketing. We were talking about her business, and she said that, I asked what was her number one customer, like what was the demographic of that business. And she said, well, it's a hospice company. And I said, oh, tell me more about that. And I, didn't know much about it. And then she said, "Yes, well, this woman, she's phenomenal, but she also owns a big assisted living facility here, and it's like independent living. But she helps people that were either homeless, IDD, seniors." And my wheels just start going,
Yeah.
and I was like, "I want to meet her. Like, I
Yeah.
just want to meet her, and
Yeah.
not really thinking about the hospice end,
Uh-huh.
thinking about the assisted living end."
Gotcha.
And so anyway, I connected with her later on that afternoon and we were just chatting and she said, I don't think that you need a job or a career. Like she said, I think you need to open up a hospice. And I said, what? And she goes, I know somebody that's actually selling one. Would you be interested? She goes, just check it out. And so that's how I got involved. Like that's how it all started. And started asking questions and doctors and going to trainings. Still was praying about it, wasn't real sure about it.
Yeah.
And then a close friend of mine, a girlfriend of mine called and she was frantic. And she said, "Hey, Shauna, I don't have this gentleman passed away in a nursing home and he's near and dear to me. He has no family. He was once homeless. Uh, like I don't want him to get a pauper's grave. Can you help?" And so I said, "I don't know. Let me call on some partners." And so called on Haven for Hope and
Yeah.
some partners that we had there and Tobit Ministries was able to help
What
and
is a
have a
pauper's
pauper.
grave? I've never heard that
Oh,
term. I've
uh,
heard it, but I don't know what it is.
yeah, that it's I just wanna be politically correct. But it's, a grave where someone that cannot afford to be buried, the
Mhm.
county will bury 'em.
Okay. Where do they
An
put them?
unmarked grave an unmarked grave, um, I guess throughout all the county.
Okay.
Um,
So they dig a hole and bury
they
him,
dig
and
a
then
hole and bury
do they get a
people.
headstone?
No, completely unmarked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that does make me
Yeah,
really
kind of
sad.
sad.
Yeah.
So, um, we were working with them and were able to get his funeral covered and him buried properly through Tobit Ministries, and then my wheels started, like, going to these different training programs, and doctors and nurses were there, and I was asking them, like, "What's your biggest challenge?" And they're, "Well, people that don't have maybe they're unfunded, the pro bonos, or, people that don't have enough funding, for a proper burial." Or maybe they need a ramp, they need a ramp to go in and out, or they need the grab bars in their
Yeah.
home. And
To
I
set
was
their
like,
home up as they
"Oh,
start.
I know people, like, I know nonprofits that help with this particularly." And so my wheels started spinning and I kept praying about it, and so that's how I got into hospice and realizing that yeah,
When your
this is
wheels
where
were
I needed to
spinning, what was
to
coming
be.
up? What specifically was spinning in your mind that was coming to you?
Well, just everything that these doctors and nurses were saying and lacking um lacking the resources,
Mhm.
I knew where to find those resources at. And so yeah, that's where my wheels were spinning is I could help here. Yeah.
That's what I love about you in particular, honestly, is like how you don't put yourself in a box. And so many people, because I worked in home health and
Mhm.
hospice before, and I
Mhm.
worked in the hospital, and I worked in durable medical equipment companies, a couple of them before I found my way to home health. And it's like we get so siloed. People get so like tunnel vision, and they're not connecting the bigger picture of like who they can bring in and what can we do, what is a solution that fits, that's
Yeah.
legal, that makes sense, like that's already available that we just get to call on and plug it in for the
Yeah.
patient's well-being.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just checking a box, like
Yeah, I
like
mean,
being in a box and then just checking a box, like done, did it, documented it, now we're good. Like where else? Where else can we serve?
yeah.
That's fun. That's what makes it fun. It's like a puzzle.
It makes it fun, but it makes the experience also for the patient and the family well worth it, and
Yeah.
and for the team too, because
Yeah.
they're not constricted or restricted
Yeah.
by a box or by kinda just checking off.
And it's like watching God work
Mhm,
because he's
absolutely.
got the full
Picture.
tapestry. And when we open
Mhm.
ourselves up and we're just like, okay, okay, who else? What else? How can we fill this need? And
Yeah,
also it makes us unafraid to go there with people. What are you needing?
yeah.
What could you use some more support with?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
those are the questions that start to open up
Yeah,
the true need, the deeper need.
and we don't have the answer for everything,
Mm-mm,
you know,
right.
but at least we can try
And
and make a difference somehow, and, because sometimes, you know, we are restricted by what we can do, or if adult protective services is involved, for
yeah,
instance, with someone, and we're trying to work with the guardianship program and trying to gain guardianship, not us particularly, but just get them a guardian so that they could have a better life,
yeah.
um until the end of their days.
And what does a
Yeah.
guardian do? That's something I'm not
Well, a
familiar with.
guardian ensures that the person is taken care of medically.
Okay. Is
um
this a county appointed guardian or
Yeah, it's through our county, through Bear County.
okay.
There's a whole process. Sometimes it can be lengthy.
Okay.
But it's our opportunity to advocate for that patient that doesn't have a voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking?
Mm.
You're right. We don't always have the answers and we underestimate that a human often just wants to be heard.
Mhm.
We don't
Or seen.
necessarily have to have, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, heard
Yeah.
and seen and know that they matter.
Yeah.
And like we grounded before, we started this conversation because that's how we stay grounded in why it matters. Why am I here? I'm
Mhm.
here to connect with another human being, just the human being that's in front of me in the moment. And because I had eye surgery, I guess about a year and a half ago, and I remember going in for one of my checkups and my vision had gotten worse and not better. And
Mhm.
I was so upset. I was just like, I can feel it in my body right now. I was so upset because I
Mhm.
expected things to be going one way and they weren't going that way. And nobody had any answers. Nobody could help me. And so I'm in front of the professional that did my surgery. And I was like, just so, and before the doctor even came in, I was telling the guy checking my vision, the technician, I'm like, here's what I'm experiencing, and he listened and he looks at me and he goes, well, okay, well, we'll take a look. And
Mhm.
just to say it, just to have it come out of my mouth, I realized how helpful that was just
Mhm.
for my whole being to just be like, here's what I'm experiencing and it sucks and I'm
Right.
scared.
Mhm. I need some help. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, we're the professionals that come in and we're handling this part of this person's life.
Mhm.
They've entrusted us and our agency to be the team. And
Yeah.
so just wanted to say, remember how impactful connection is,
Yeah.
even if we don't have the answers.
Yeah. My goal is that hospice isn't a scary word.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it used to be a scary word for me too.
Yeah.
Not because I had personal, like, family that had experienced it, but it was a scary word because what I witnessed there, yeah, with people that were homeless.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're being taken
So,
advantage of.
yeah, and that's the goal, is that it's not scary, that it is a beautiful, could be a beautiful process,
Yeah.
and, I'm not sure where you got that. One time you said something like, everybody is born and has a life, they live their life, and everybody dies.
None of us are getting out of here
No,
alive.
we're not. And so what's our goal, in helping with end of life?
Mhm.
And yeah, there can be some scary conversations, especially for family. But what does it mean? Does it mean that they're on hospice that they give up hope? Does hospice mean giving up hope?
No.
No.
No. It's an opportunity. It's another opportunity. It's the next opportunity to to live life.
Mhm.
Yeah, because 'cause they're not gone yet,
Yeah. No.
right? And so that's so important is sometimes in our mind, we let the fear come in and we give up before we even know what's here for us.
Right. And hearing the word, it could be overwhelming. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sure. Definitely for families.
What I'm picturing is a taking away of life and a giving of life, and hospice can trigger something,
Mhm.
in me, like if I think right now putting my mom on hospice, that means
Right.
she's going away. That means her life won't be here anymore.
Mhm.
And taking her out of my life when she's always been a part of my life. Yeah,
So let's do
that's
some
scary.
myth busting
Mhm.
of what hospice is.
Okay.
Yeah, let's change it a little bit. Let's do
I
some
like
myth.
that show, Mythbusters. I'm picturing
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah, like
a hot ball with hospice is a word on it. And we're throwing it up and smashing it.
um, so if it's not about giving up, what's it really about? Like, what's it about? It's about shifting focus of care.
Yeah.
Yeah. About human dignity, making sure that somebody is comfortable, they're not in pain.
Yeah.
Um, you know, there's a misconception that, hospice speeds up death, and it's actually opposite.
Can be.
Yeah, it can be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We don't know.
No,
Nobody knows.
only God.
So we show up and I think hospice is an opening. I like the word opportunity, but it's an opening. It's
Mhm.
an opening to talk about what is, you know, what has been, like what is that human story up till now?
Mhm.
And what's the unfinished business? What's the more that they want from their days?
Yeah.
And since now they're willing to look at it, hopefully, and speak about it, be honest. Who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to have another conversation with? What do you want to create in that conversation? What do you want to create with the humans that are in your life, that are in your family? And we get to be the conduit to that. We get to be the invitation to have those once in a lifetime
Yeah.
conversations.
I think we also get to be the invitation to provide some relief for
Mhm.
those caregivers that, are just so overwhelmed. It's a lot. It
It's a
truly is.
it's a lot, and I think that there's pressure on kids to take care of their parents as they get older, and so what happens is they're really, like, they're fixing the food, they're sitting down and feeding mom or dad, they're cleaning up their
Mhm.
poopy and pee-pee undergarments, doing that laundry, getting them back dressed, trying to be gracious and patient. We're not an endless supply of grace and patience.
Right.
And so what happens is the relationship goes from, parent, child to
Turn it around, flip-flop.
caregiver.
Mhm.
Caregiver.
Some
Yeah, exactly.
flip-flops.
Turn it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so both and, right? Like they
Mhm.
should be able to care for their parent and be with them during that phase. But do they need to be the person to carry the burden of like keeping them clean, keeping them fed? Like all of those things can
Yeah.
be supported by us
Mhm.
so that that relationship can go back to, okay, let's sit and spend time together.
Yeah. In that I'm just sitting here, like, thinking about that. It's crazy when you think that you're born to your parents, you're their child, they take care of you,
Everything.
everything, and then, like, the roles are completely just reversed.
Hmm.
It's crazy how life is if you think about it.
Such a blessing.
Yeah, but an opportunity, yeah, a
Yeah.
huge
A
blessing
huge
to be
blessing.
able to take care of them at the end of life too.
Yeah. I had a business lunch yesterday with a person and she's 58 years old.
Mhm.
And her father died when he was 58. And she
Oh.
literally thought that she was going to die on her 58th birthday,
Oh, no.
which sounds goofy, honestly. However, that was what she was prepared
Believed.
for. And
Mhm.
she's an amazing woman, a smart woman, 3 kids, 2 grandkids,
She's
like
probably
has
healthy.
so much life.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing awesome. She's just like a attractive woman,
Uh-huh.
has a thriving job, is important to a lot of people. And in her mindset, that's where she was. She was so connected with that idea that she's just like her dad. They have some of the same health conditions, like, and she lives with her mom right now, and she's helping take care of her mom as her mom ages and gets a little more demented. And she literally told her mom, like, I just thought that I'd be gone. So she's almost like, now what? And I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
still
now
here.
what? Like, now what? You're 58. You're
Oh.
you're like 11 years older than me, and I have a 6-year-old. So I don't really appreciate you like projecting yourself as gone from this earth at 58. And it just is like, to me, we all kind of have these ideals, we get stuck on some things. And so, too, hospice is just another group of people to come in and be like, hey, how about this? Would this be possible? Hey, how might we,
Mhm.
you know, open up a new opportunity for this or that, like in your family, in these dynamics? You've had these things going on in your family forever. Okay, so there's a shortage of money. So you're all stressed out about how are we going to provide all this care?
Right.
Like, let's just talk about it.
Right.
Let's be honest
Right.
and talk about it because there's nothing you've walked through that nobody else hasn't. And it'll have its
Mhm.
own unique flavor for every family. Um, and nothing is stuck there.
Yeah.
Everything changes.
Yeah.
Changes
So
happen.
let's talk about the different people that come, the professionals that come
Yeah.
with
Who's the
hospice.
team?
Yeah. What does the team look like?
Yeah. So team is doctor. There's
Mhm.
always a medical director guiding the whole ship.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. And there is the registered nurse. So there's RN
Mhm.
as part of the team, LVN, licensed vocational nurse.
Mhm.
There is medical social worker.
Mhm.
And there is chaplain.
Yep.
There is hospice aide,
Yeah.
helps with bathing and other just, personal care things, a little bit of light work to keep the environment clean for the patient and the family. Um, volunteer. So a portion of hospice benefit um, must be provided by volunteer.
Mhm.
So we have a leg of our team that is volunteers.
Yeah.
And so, and then there's usually a marketer or a care coordinator. That's my role.
Mhm.
And then there's an administrator that works with the whole team and kind of steers the ship and keeps everybody, is the nucleus of all the goings on of the whole team and the go between for the patients and the team. There's typically a director of nurses.
Mhm.
And then there's an owner, a CEO, a president. So
Well, and
that's
then
the
also
team.
too the partners,
Hmm.
like partnering with a wound company.
Yeah.
So there's an added level of care on top of that. So let's say that
Yeah.
the patient does present with a wound,
Mm-hmm.
and we can treat it absolutely. But why not call in the professionals if it's a certain stage of the wound? Call
Right.
in the professionals for an added level of care. Other partners, an X-ray company. So if they fall, they don't have to go to the hospital. Like
Yeah.
that's our goal
Yeah.
is
We can't see
to
through the skin to the
perform and
bone, so we
yeah,
get to have an X-ray.
yeah, provide all of the care in home so that they don't have to take their loved one. It's a chore to take their loved one out.
Yeah, exactly. What is that like? This person is probably not as mobile.
Right.
So for the family to make themselves available to,
Mhm.
okay, mom fell yesterday.
Right.
Like, okay, we got to get her in. She says her wrist hurts. Okay, I can't tell. It's swollen. It's this, it's that. If it's just the family taking care, there's no medical team, a hospice coming into the home. They've gotta load her up, she's gonna be in pain because you've gotta, like, lift her actual body and get her into the car and then get her out of the car and into the place, and do they have an appointment that day? Is insurance gonna cover it? So all these factors when hospice is covered 100% through the Medicare benefit, and we can come directly to the home.
Yeah.
And hospice is there for that purpose to keep somebody comfortable and, really wrap them in a ton of support and comfort. And it's intended to be for the last 6 months to a year of life, right?
Yeah. Well, terminally, yeah. The last 6 months.
Terminal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we say, this is the best, um, prediction of a medical provider that determines the
Right.
appropriateness of that person to be on hospice care.
Right. Right.
So usually it passes through the referring physician and then our medical director also, and then our registered nurse. So there's a lot of medical eyes going into the evaluation of the patient and if they're predicted to be in that time frame
Yeah.
of their life.
So what do you think the different emotions come up when the doctor is having a conversation
Mm,
with a family, whether they're in the
fear.
hospital or they're in clinic? Yeah, and they
Yeah.
say there's nothing more. Like there's no more curative treatment that
Yeah.
we can provide for your mom or dad or sister or your
Fear.
loved one.
Fear.
Yeah.
Unfinished business.
Yeah.
Who's going to suffer as my life ends?
Denial, grief. Yeah.
Yeah. Sadness,
Feeling like all hope is gone.
shame for
Yeah.
things that I've done.
And that's where we can come in and help support that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Alleviate that.
that's really important.
Um, so what does hospice mean in practical terms? Like what do we do? Yes, we talked about our team, we talked about partners. But like what's the practical side of what they do? Like medication management.
Yeah.
Hmm. Making sure that, the medications that have been prescribed down
Yeah.
are continued or discontinued.
Exactly.
Yeah. Making sure that the patient is medication compliant.
Yeah. These days, there's so many different specialists involved in a person's care. So when
Right.
we get them, it's not uncommon for them to have a cardiologist, an oncologist, a urologist, a
Right.
neurologist, yeah,
All
pulmonologist,
kinds, hemo.
a
Yeah.
general practitioner, yeah,
Hmm.
heme-onc, pain management and rehab doctor. Yeah, pain management doctor is a big one. Yeah, and so we get them and we get to look at all, and plus we're in their home, so we get to get that big old baggie or that big old shoe box of like, here's all
And
the
ask
things.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, and reconcile.
Reconcile. Hmm.
Yeah, do a med reconciliation and look at and then consult with our physician. And typically, so hospice is not about let's keep you on the track getting better. Let's now look at what do you need to be comfortable
Comfortable.
and to live the life that you now desire. What do
Yeah.
you want your days to be like now? And
Yeah.
for most people it's peace, it's comfort, it's dignity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're controlling pain is a big part of what we do, right?
Hmm. So some of the other things like our social worker, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
um,
Psychosocial assessment.
mhm,
So medical social workers, they have a counseling part of their skill set, and
mhm,
then they've got a clinical part of their skill set.
mhm.
So depending on the social worker that you have on your team, they've got these different skill sets.
Yeah.
So, but a psychosocial assessment. So they're assessing psychological components of that human being and their social situation.
Yeah. And what's neat too is that it's not just limited to the patient.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
that door's opened as well as with the chaplain. The door's open for the family as well. So anybody that's struggling or maybe they need connecting with how do they go about putting together funeral arrangements? Like, what do those first steps need to look like? Or
exactly.
maybe there's a life insurance policy and they don't know how to navigate any of that. So the social
Yeah.
worker is really great at helping them navigate those difficult questions.
Yeah.
Um,
And tapping into other programs and resources that are available in the
Absolutely.
community. They've usually have a really great tool bag
Hmm.
full of a lot of different options.
Yeah,
And
huge tool bag.
so yeah, they can present that to the patient and the family and they can dig into whatever they think will be beneficial for them.
Yeah.
And that's why we want people to come on hospice, Shauna, before the final days.
Mm,
Imagine trying to meet with all of the hospice, you know, care team in this short amount of time while you're trying to figure out, like, oh, I just want to be there for them, but I wasn't there for them. Like all of these emotions are
right.
happening in a few days. And that's when people, that's the typical time when people are calling hospice right now. And
Mhm.
that's why you and
It's too
I
late.
are here having these conversations over these next couple years because it gets to happen at the
Now.
right time.
Yeah.
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 When the goal is
Don't
no
wait.
longer curative,
Mhm.
it is more comfort and let's, you know, leave this world with dignity, however long that will be. Let's get hospice in
Yeah.
and let's figure
Help.
out so we don't look at each other when our loved one passes and says, "Oh my God, what now?"
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling. Oh my God, what now?
Yeah. I think about, the RNs, even the social worker too, educating the families on, like, disease progression.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
for instance, maybe it's, they have dementia, and this is a certain stage that they're in right now,
Yeah.
and they're able to walk with the family. They're able to
Yeah.
talk with the family and describe, like, what they're gonna see next. And
Dementia is really tough.
mhm,
My father-in-law had dementia. He was just getting sicker and sicker. And I remember my ex-husband, he was out of town and my father-in-law fell and went into
mhm,
the hospital.
mhm,
And I went to visit. And the way he treated me, he never treated me like that before. We always had a great time. I was his daughter-in-law. He was fun-loving, always hugs, always jokes, sometimes a little smart aleck, you know. And but I wasn't offended, but since his brain was just not healthy, he had
mhm,
dementia. He was like, "Who are you? And why are you
mhm,
talking so much?"
mhm.
It really
It
hurt my
can affect,
feelings.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And so
it
that's a big point of education. And my
mhm,
mother-in-law called me. I left the hospital that day and I was really upset. She could tell.
mhm.
And she called me and she didn't know what to do because she
Any
hadn't had that
education or
experience. She
guidance,
hadn't had that
mhm.
education. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so that's how important that is to set people up with what to expect. This
yeah,
is not them. This is not, they don't mean to be mean to you, but you may see those personality
mm.
changes.
Or they'll forget your name, or
Mhm.
they'll forget their name, they'll forget their birth date.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even forget how to eat.
That one right there
Yeah,
is really difficult. I think that that's a big help for families to understand how to support their dietary needs,
mhm,
even when they lose their appetite,
yeah,
because we always want people to eat. That's a big deal in our
mhm.
culture. Like, eat. You're not okay if you don't eat.
Right,
Eat, eat, eat.
right,
Drink this shake. Drink, drink,
right.
drink. And so to have the guidance for what's appropriate at that time is beautiful.
So, why do you think so many people, um, associate hospice with giving up? Why do you think that is?
I think because the picture in their head is people sitting and wasting away. Like, look at nursing homes. You see people gathered around the nursing station just sitting there and like slumped over
Comatose.
in their wheelchair
Yeah,
because
yeah, and that's not our goal is to
they just park them and let them sit.
mhm, yeah,
So I think that that's still the mental picture that people have for hospice or people laying in bed
yeah,
or people stop coming and visiting them because they just assume they're not talking or doing anything anymore.
Right.
So even the closest people to them forget
But
about
they're still in there. I have a story about a patient that we have on service. And like you said earlier, like we're not God. We don't
them.
know. She has been in bed. She's 100% bedbound.
Yeah.
She has a feeding tube. She has dementia. She cannot hold a conversation. It's completely nonsensical.
Mhm.
She's 100% she relies on somebody to feed her, to change her, to bathe her, just to take care of her. And so I was visiting her one day, reading the Bible. She loves gospel music. I
Mm.
cannot carry a tune
How do you know she loves it?
because her daughter uh, goes there every day. But I met with her daughter
So
as well,
sweet.
and so she loves gospel music. And so I would just turn it on, and she would just have this huge grin on her face, and um, I was sitting there thinking, like, Lord, can she hear me? Like, is she in there? And I that's what I was thinking. And my visit was coming to an end, and I told her, I'm gonna pray for you. And I grabbed her hand and I started praying. And do you know, she took her hand and put it on my cheek.
Yeah.
And I just started bawling
Yeah.
because it was confirmation. She is in there.
Yeah.
Like she could hear every word.
Yeah.
She might not understand it, but she can definitely feel the love. She can feel the compassion.
Mhm.
And that was a life-changing moment for me. Just a huge realization. Um, yeah, that she's in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
You needed to know that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
you could continue in your mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's about being willing to see humans
Yeah.
even when they're not interacting with us in the way that we've always been used to or would expect or just whatever. Just throw out all the expectations and meet the human.
We just recently another, she took us for a scare. And the daughter said, "Can you get a chaplain out there?" So the chaplain went and chaplain met with her. And then the care provider said, Why don't you come out and Alexis come out and visit?" And so we did. And Alexis painted her fingernails and um, she declined significantly. Wasn't
Mhm.
eating, hadn't been eating for probably, maybe a week.
Mhm.
Wasn't speaking anymore, was not interacting. She was just there.
Yeah.
And so Alexis painted her fingernails, and I'm reading scriptures from the Bible and um, praying over her, and she bounced back.
Are you serious?
Yes, a little toot.
Maybe she had an
Um,
infection or something.
oh, we were treating her for everything. Yeah, but she bounced back, and so not 100%. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she's not speaking. She's saying like one word
Mhm.
sentences, and so it was her birthday yesterday, and I went out to visit her, and she bounced back. Yeah. So anyway, what we do is special, and
Mm.
it's not only special for them, but it's special for our team.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
we definitely become part of their family.
Yeah. There can be
Mhm.
some ego tied up in like, my patient better get better, and that's where some healthcare professionals get in that
Stuck.
mode.
Hmm.
And so it really is um, it's a special person. It's a special person on the hospice care team
Yeah.
to be willing to just be with people,
Yeah.
and support them as their life is coming to the end of their story.
Let's see, what else can we talk about?
So getting into hospice for you, like what's a business tip that you have learned as a business owner in this industry?
In this industry or just I guess I would have never gotten into hospice if one, I didn't listen to God, but two, if I didn't listen to the doors that were shutting and the new doors that were opening.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
realizing that visions and dreams come to fruition with hard work and perseverance and love and compassion and diligence and um yeah, and I think through all of this, that's what hospice has created some resiliency in me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and passion and mission. Yeah, to continue to want to make a difference in people's lives.
And what I'm hearing is your whole path in your professional career led to where you are now.
Well, like I've thought about that. I've done a lot of personal reflecting and like where I am now, I even believe that my parents are my biggest mentors in my life.
Mhm.
And one thing they always, all of us children, all of my siblings, is they taught us how to dream.
Yeah.
And, you know, they didn't care what we were in life. You just dream, God first, family second, and your credit third. and that maintaining that credit was like you worked your tush off. Like you
I
worked
love that.
hard. But they were so loving. They still are so loving. And like I go back and I reflect and in high school, I was doing things to help the homeless community,
Yeah.
doing things to help families that were underprivileged.
Mhm.
Um, and so like I believe that there's steps in life that God ordains those steps. And
Mhm.
I didn't know that that's what was going to transpire where I
Yeah.
am almost 50. And this is what I'm doing today. And
Yeah.
I look back at that and I'm grateful. I'm grateful and I'm blessed and that I've been able to impact and serve just people in the community.
Yeah. God gave you eyes to see people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
And be
gift.
their voice.
It's a gift. Lay a scripture verse on us, Shauna,
All right, let me find one about courage.
because we're anchored. We're anchored by grace throughout all of our life.
All right. So this one is Ezra 10:4, and it says, "Rise up.
Rise up.
This matters. This matter." Let me back up.
Mhm.
Ezra 10:4, "Rise up.
Rise up.
This matter is in your hands. We will support you, so take courage and do it."
Mm.
And I think about just talking about what we just talked about.
Mm. Yeah. Take
Yeah,
courage.
let me read that again. "Rise up. This matter is in your hands." Like he's given it to us.
Yes.
We will support you, so take courage and do it.
Yeah. And I don't think that humans realize in this society, in this day and age, how supported they are.
Oh,
Because really, when you open your eyes and you look around, there's a lot of support
yeah, but how many
for
of
what you're
us want
going
to
through.
we lone wolf it,
Yeah.
you know,
We think
we
self-sufficiency and doing it all on our own, being
Mhm.
independent makes us strong. And then
or afraid to ask for help, pride, ego, like all of these things come.
yeah,
And the reality is we couldn't do it without other people.
no, great
Mm-mm,
partnerships.
no.
So mind, body, spirit, that's what we're all about. That's what this conversation, this podcast is all about, taking care of mind, body, spirit. And let's cook something or let's put something together to
All
take
right.
care of our body.
You have a snack?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Because
what'd you bring?
I'm passionate about nutrition.
What'd
And
you bring?
here's something. And Shauna, you and I know that caregivers get burned out and they don't take care of themselves. And so here is our solution to that. Okay, I'm going to have you hold the bowl.
Okay.
So, and we'll build it. And everything that we're going to do as far as putting together healthy snacks are going to be a good protein, carb, and healthy fat balance because those are the macronutrients.
Okay.
And so, cottage cheese, let's see, this is low fat cottage cheese, and we want at least 20 grams of protein, 12 grams of protein in 1/2 cup. So, let's get 24 grams of protein. We'll go for a full cup.
Okay.
And this is going to be a hearty snack. This is probably actually a little bit more toward full meal, but there we go. And you and I can split this.
I'm ready
So
just to eat it now. I
I
love cottage cheese.
I'm so glad because I didn't check with you on what you like. Okay. And then about a 1/2 cup of vegetables is one serving. So this is going to be so healthy because we're going to do, and this is about a 1/2 cup. So we're going to do a couple of about 9 cherry tomatoes is a serving. FYI, y'all. That's a little cheat there for you.
Okay.
So, and then I was gonna cut up cucumber, but
Okay.
just know that you can cut up cucumber in there too, and that's delicious. Here is a spoon for you.
Okay.
Here's a spoon
I've
for me.
never
A
had
couple
cottage cheese with vegetables.
Yeah, yes,
I've
exactly.
only had it
Do you like
with,
it with fruit?
yes.
I love cottage cheese with fruit, but
Okay.
when you have it with vegetables, and we're gonna call this Mediterranean cottage salad. So that's our little
Some feta.
creative name, and then feta, yeah. So a tablespoon of feta. You can do 2 tablespoons of feta too. I usually do 2 tablespoons of reduced fat. This is reduced fat, so we'll go for 2 tablespoons. And
Here, let me hold that.
I got this. I'm a mom of 3 and,
Prepared.
busy. And so yeah, I'm used to whipping things around without another set of hands. So thank you for the offer. Okay. So boom
Okay.
and boom. And it's going to be a little tricky, but you're going to be able to stir that. So do me a favor and get it combined there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then our final touch is going to be some seasoning. So if you have like like a yummy flavor, Greek flavor blend seasoning thing that you want to do, that's wonderful.
What is that called? Let me
So
see.
this is bagel not included. It's the HEB brand
Yum.
of the everything but bagel, like nuts and seeds, garlicky flavor going on in there. So, and then a tablespoon of that. And so these seeds will get in our teeth, which is so worth it. 'Cause it's tasty. So, and the cucumber does do well in this. Okay, other variations are to do blue cheese instead of feta. And then it's kind of got this like wedge
taste.
salad kind of like, lending. A little balsamic vinegar could make it like and basil and tomato could make it like a caprese cottage salad. So, but this is our Mediterranean
How much
feta.
protein's in here?
Okay, so 24 grams of protein. So this will be super filling and
Jeez.
2 servings of vegetables. And the nutrients in vegetables and then this protein in this cottage cheese and the healthy fat, like this will fuel.
Okay, I'm going in.
Go. This will fuel you for 3 hours. And you will move with confidence and energy. Your body will be fueled and you won't crave junk.
Delicious.
Often when we're stressed, like if our loved
want
one's
junk.
on hospice, we crave junk. And it does not serve us. It just keeps us at a deficit.
That's good. Simple, easy. Very good.
Yeah. Really good.
Wow.
Okay. Great talk today.
Good talk.
Yep. See you next week.
All right.
Happy April Fools. I wish I was creative enough to come up with April Fools and get you.
I'm glad you didn't.
Awesome. Love you.
Love you too.